Wa alaikum salam wa barakatuh. This is Saeed or Sayyid?
Saeed, yeah.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
So, my question is about, I know that riba and interest on a consumer level is haram, but does this apply to government levels where the nations have to take on loans and debt from other countries to acquire goods for their people, and this is something that every country does?
Okay. So, Brother Saeed's question is related to the permissibility of what some governments may bend the rules, if not break them, when they deal with riba. So we know that riba is a major sin, one of the 7 major sins in Islam, and we know that it's between individuals. I lend you 1,000, you return it 1,100. Clear riba. So he's asking, does this also apply to big institutions, banks, borrowing from banks, short-term or long-term, or such as in the Treasury Department, or governments borrowing from banks, as in the case of the central bank borrowing from normal banks, or in the case of governments borrowing from the IMF. And we know how they enslave countries with compound interests. So $1 million that was borrowed 20 years ago is now a 4 or 5 billions compound interests. And the government, the country, the people are all under debt. And they pay riba. And the IMF has no problem. They control the world. And they dictate, raise the prices of fuel, raise the prices of bread, raise the prices of taxes. And the people are being crushed. And they're crying out of starvation and inflation and poverty. IMF doesn't care. You borrowed from us. We didn't come to you. This is why Allah made it haram. And this is why whenever you follow other than the Sharia of Allah, you're going to be squashed. You're going to be insulted. You're going to be dependent on others, begging them for pennies. But if you abide by Sharia, abide by Islam wholeheartedly, not in some aspects you like and leave it when you don't like it. No. Udkhulu fi silmi kaffa. Enter and embrace Islam wholeheartedly, not selectively. If you do this, Allah would suffice you. But you don't believe in Allah. Unfortunately, they don't believe in Allah. That's why they do haram. Why do you have brothels? Why do you have nightclubs? Why do you sell alcohol? Why do you deal with haram? Why do you have riba? Don't you believe Allah is a Razzaq? Yes, of course we believe Allah is a provider and Razzaq. So why don't you depend on Him? You don't believe. So let's not beat around the bush and call a spade a spade. Therefore, it is not permissible for governments to borrow with riba from the IMF or from banks or from individuals or from anyone, because this is going against Sharia law. And this is why we have scholars to say what is halal and haram according to Quran and Sunnah, not according to the whims and desires of Tom, Dick, and Harry.